Help me get him to the Kellys.
Shoot him. Touch him. Shoot him! Shoot him!
Jim? No.
Helmet!
You're what killed him.
Oh, God. Helmet! Helmet! No!
Today I have the pleasure of reviewing Dead Space Remake. Came out in 2023. I picked it up back when it released and I played it. I did like one playthrough and really enjoyed it. But this year, I think like last month, I started playing it again and I was determined to get the Platinum Trophy. And I just had a great time with it. In my opinion, this is one of the best remakes out there right now. I mean, this is definitely how a remake should be done. The combat, the visual upgrades, the sound design is incredible. I just love everything about this game. The story, it's just an overall 9 out of 10 experience for me. So, I'm very happy to give my thoughts and my review today. So the premise is very simple. You're engineer Isaac Clarke, and basically you and your team are dispatched to investigate the USG Ishimura, which is the ship that you crash land on. And basically it's invaded by hostile demonic monsters, and you basically have to kill everything in sight or else you're gonna be eaten. And that's pretty much the premise of the game. The story develops very nicely into some weird, like, religious, occult type, you know, motivation behind it, and the origin of these necromorphs, as they're called, has something to do with this ancient religion. And it's like a mix of like horror and sci-fi, and it just mixes all these elements perfectly, and it's just got everything that I like about a game. Solid combat, solid visuals, solid story. One of the highlights for me in the game that really makes the combat so addicting is the upgrade system. As you can see right here, the upgrade bench, you use these nodes to, you know, increase the capacity of your weapon, increase damage, add special abilities to all your weapons. So there's a wide variety of different weapons. I'm sorry that most of the footage I'm using the plasma cutter because it's one of my favorite weapons, and I think I was doing the challenge, the trophy for beating the whole game just using the plasma cutter. So but I mean, there's just so many different types of weapons. There's flamethrower, force gun. You can add all kinds of different upgrades, and it's just a really fun combat system. One of the things that really stood out to me from the get-go was the upgraded visuals. I mean, they just look really good. Like, compared to the original game, like, look at this right here. I just think this, like, crash ship, this looks so cool. Look at this suit here. This is like the max upgraded suit, and it looks just so sick. And you know, like the lights, the display like on the back that shows like your health and your stasis bar. Yeah, and the monsters like explode. Like, look at that. Just some really creepy stuff.
Clark. All right. Dr. Brennan's nearest and dearest.
One of
Your
the,
colleagues in
I think, key themes throughout the game that really make me like it a lot is that it holds no punches when it comes to the brutality of the story and just like the overall violence. Like it's realistic, but still like sci-fi, you know? Just like look at how you could just shoot limbs off, you know, just there's just tons of blood and splatter and every shot that lands like makes like a crunchy impact. And yeah, it's just one of those games where if you turn the lights off and just like zone in on it, like you're gonna get freaked out, especially if it's like your first playthrough. One of the most fun challenges that I had was completing the game on impossible mode. That was like by far the hardest. Basically, it's the hardest difficulty. You do less damage. Monsters do way more damage to you. And if you die, you basically have to restart the game from the beginning, losing potentially hours of progress. But there's a few workarounds to doing that. You know, like if you die, you can pause real quick before the death animation and reload your game. You know, that's what I did, to be honest. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to do all that. But yeah, like you can use like your stasis is like a key element to the game and combat, and it's just really well done. Overall, I think I have to give Dead Space a 9 out of 10. This is an absolutely essential game if you have a PS5. I'm sure it looks even better if you have a Pro. It's highly underrated. It's a shame that EA most likely will not make a follow-up to this remake. But what we have is really amazing, and I think it's just an essential pickup for anyone that owns a PS5. At this point, you can pretty much pick up Dead Space for 20 bucks or lower on the sale, and it goes on sale pretty often. So definitely no reason to ever skip this game. So that about does it. Thanks a lot for watching, and let me know in the comments if you played Dead Space or if you enjoyed it as much as I did. Yeah, have a great day.